I'm paying $250 here. I was paying $500 in the 𝗵𝐵𝐾𝐿𝐼 area, and it was less square footage than this 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Half the price, happier place. I can stay here forever and be happy. I can live here and eat extraordinarily well and live in a very nice place I'm happy with for 1/3 to 1/2 of my Social Security, and I do have a little bit of savings. This happens to so many expats. My blood pressure dropped, and without any medication, it's normal now. There are videos that say you can live in 𝗓𝐵 𝐴𝐷 in Cambodia on $600 a month. Yes, you can. You're going to eat well, you're going to live in a clean place, but you're not going to be traveling.
So this is Dan of Vagabond Awaken. Today we're lucky to have Anthony as a guest. Anthony, we're delighted to have you.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope people enjoy the video on Cambodia.
I'm sure they will. Anthony, so where is your home country and where are you sitting right now?
My home country is the United States of America, born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, moved around and lived in several states. I lived in 17 places for 6 months or longer. I did a lot of, I'm a retired university professor. I did a lot of visiting professorships in different universities. I am now in 𝗓𝐵 𝐴𝐷, Cambodia, and I'm staying here. I like the location, I like the culture, I like the cost of living. There's actually, there is the language issue. I left the 𝗵𝐵𝐾𝐿𝐼 area, but I'm using Google Translate, and it's right about 60 or 70% of the time. When it's wrong, it's incredibly obvious. You just rephrase, shorter sentence, less syllables in the word choice, and you're fine. It's not a problem.
How long have you been in 𝗓𝐵 𝐴𝐷 and you transferred there from 𝗵𝐵𝐾𝐿𝐼? How long were you there?
I'm here a little over 2 months. I was in the Philippines in the 𝗵𝐵𝐾𝐿𝐼 area. I lived in 4 different places for 14 months. And I like the Philippines. There's nothing wrong with it. But I have an apartment here for $250 a month. Enormous bedroom, enormous, it's in the background, enormous living room, kitchen, dining, open floor plan, big rooms. One of the things I didn't like about the Philippines, I don't know why they do this. They have these very narrow rooms, and I like open space. And I think most Americans do now anyway. It's kind of a trend. They're knocking out walls and homes and stuff. This is very Western style. I have a kitchen with 4 electrical outlets. In the Philippines, it usually has 1. I have an enormous counter space and a breakfast bar where I can dice onions. I can dice garlic, onions, anything I want. I have plenty of space. I have enough space for 5 chopping boards, okay? And I like to do that stuff. So I'm paying $250 here. I was paying $500 in the 𝗵𝐵𝐾𝐿𝐼 area. Now that was foreigner price. The price I should have paid was more along the lines of $300, but they saw me coming and I took the bait. It was 2-story, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. This is 1 bedroom, 1 bath. The 2-story, 2 bath, the rooms were tiny, the kitchen was unworkable, and it was less square footage than this 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So half the price, happier place. I can stay here forever and be happy.
Wow, that's amazing. So what made you start thinking, you know what, I'm going to leave the US and move somewhere else in the world? What was that thinking about?
Yeah, about 4.5 years ago, my wife and I both got cancer. We immediately made my funeral arrangements. I had stage 3 pancreatic, Whipple surgery, 7 months of chemo. She was supposed to live. I was supposed to die. The opposite happened. She passed away at home. We had hospice. We had Medicare. Very good people. They came by 3 times a week. But she came back from the oncologist, and there were 2 notes scribbled, and it said radiation for pain, hospice. And she was crying, and 3 weeks later, she passed. So
sorry to hear
there was really nothing. There was nothing for me there. I don't have children, biological children. I took care of her biological children. We bought one of them a house because she had 3 children. So that my wife's 3 of her grandchildren. I told my family, I gave my family members, I thought I had I still do. I probably have a shorter fuse than an average American because of the cancer and everything. I'd always wanted, I was in the Marine Corps in the mid-70s. A lot of guys were coming back from Subic Bay with Filipino wives. They were in Okinawa, in Subic Bay. A lot of Navy guys, a lot of Marines were coming back, and they were happy, and the women were attractive. And I started watching YouTubes, and the cost of living really appealed to me. I can live here and eat extraordinarily well and live in a very nice place I'm happy with for 1/3 to 1/2 of my Social Security, and I do have a little bit of savings. I don't have a lot. I actually gave a lot of money away before I left the U.S. to family because I said, hey, I'm leaving, I'm not coming back. I gave everyone a nice little pile of money before I left. So I'm having a ball. This morning I will go out and have breakfast, and I think this is my breakfast for $5 US. 2 egg omelets. In both of them I have diced ham, diced onion, diced green onion. They have these really hot little red peppers, and I love spicy food, and I just have them load that up. 3 different kinds. I don't know if they taste different or they're just colorful. They have the yellow, the green, and the red bell peppers that are diced. I have all 3 of those. 2 egg omelets like that. 2 pieces of toast loaded with butter. Caramelized pork. I don't know what that means, but it tastes good and it's lean. Chicken with some type of delicious sauce that I love. I don't know what it is. Bacon. If the bacon's crispy, I eat it. If it's a little bit raw, I don't like it. Quartered potatoes, 1 cup of coffee, usually 1 glass of milk. The milk here tastes very good. It's room temperature. It probably came out of the cow every morning. It's probably delivered fresh. Juice, papaya, mango, dragon fruit. I usually put a little bit of yogurt on that. That's my breakfast for $5. I think in the US you'd be lucky to pay 20.
And good luck finding all that in one place.
Street food. I've been eating street food for 16 months. Never had a stomach problem. Never had any problems at all. You can get great street food meals for about $1.50 in the market. Siem Reap, the first place I stayed was a place called the Minute Drum, $150 a month. Wonderful, large efficiency apartment, $150, centrally located. I could walk to a gym for $1 a day. Every machine you can imagine in that gym, $1 a day. I could walk to a movie theater, $2.50 for a movie in English, usually with Cambodian Khmer subtitles, sometimes Hong Kong subtitles. I just saw the new movie. I saw the new movie with Keanu Reeves. It was on set. They had a special. It was only $1 instead of $2.50. I just tip everyone a little bit, and they're happy people. And if you don't tip them, they're happy. But they're happy people, and I like the culture. They are Buddhists here, but I think they're more Christian than the Christians in the Philippines because of the absence of foreign prices. Oh, I wrote it down. Rent $250, water $5 a month, electric probably $80 a month, and I run the air con in the bedroom only. That's at night to sleep. And you keep it between 25 and 27 degrees centigrade. A YouTuber in Siem Reap recommended that, and I followed that recommendation. Laundry, $15 a month. It comes back full. I'm not going to do the laundry. I can't do my laundry for $15 a month. My medication, this is important. In the Philippines, in America, with Medicare, I was taking a high blood pressure medication, lisinopril, $165 a month with Medicare insurance and supplemental plan, and it was a good supplemental plan. Philippines, it was running me about $135 a month without Medicare because Medicare doesn't work there. Here, I'm not using it because this happens to so many expats. My blood pressure dropped, and without any medication, it's normal now. So this morning, I take it every morning. It was 121/75. So I don't have the Medicare. I canceled my Medicare. That gives me an extra $180 a month in my Social Security. And I do take an antacid because of the Whipple surgery and a vitamin pill. And so my medication is $35 a month, but I saved $180 on Medicare, which doesn't work here. So I don't care. But the drop in blood pressure is very common here. And most of us expats believe it's a lack of processed food. I guess you could say less stress, but I was not stressed in America. I was already retired when I was still taking the lisinopril. So I don't believe it's the stress. I believe it's the food. Everything's fresh here, fresh vegetables. The chicken, if you buy the chicken or the pork or the beef, and the beef here is good. Philippines, it's not good. If you buy that in the market, it was slaughtered that day. It's fresh. It's not frozen and shipped in from a couple hundred miles away. So the meds is a big thing. Breakfast, so I pay $1 a day, tuck, ride to the place, $1 a day tip, $5 for the breakfast, that's $360 a month. But it's an enormous breakfast, as I've described. Lunch, I'm going to say highball. These are high numbers. It won't cost this much. Lunch, $200 a month. Dinner, $300 a month. It's not going to cost this. Cell phone, $6 a month. Wi-Fi, very fast, $16 a month. The apartment came with Wi-Fi, but it was slow and not working well, so I spent $16. I do have a VPN so that I can watch American movies. I think that's $2 or $3 a month I use. I think it's called Surfshark or something like that. So highball, $12.67 a month is the total I come up with. Now, that does not include going to the doctor. I've been told, I haven't been to a doctor. I went to a doctor in the Philippines. I've been told $10 for a doctor's visit. In the Philippines, it was $12. So I believe that is probably correct. Cambodian income levels are lower than the Philippines. In the Philippines, you can get unskilled labor for $12 a day. Here, it's $10 a day. So budget, easy. There are videos that say you can live in Siem Reap in Cambodia on $600 a month. Yes, you can. You're going to eat well. You're going to live in a clean place, but you're not going to be traveling. And there are other videos that say $800 a month. I'd say the same thing. When you hit $1,000 a month, if you're single, you're paying $150 for a nice clean place. You're going to eat like a king, and you will have money for travel. You'll have maybe $300 or $400 a month for travel. If you have Social Security of, I think the minimum Social Security is around $800 for someone. So yeah, you can make it here. There's no question. Most of the YouTubes say that Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand are all three 25% cheaper than Philippines. I believe that's correct. I did do a trip to Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, back to Vietnam, back to Philippines. I spent about 24 days. I selected Cambodia because of the ease of the visa. $295 a year, 7 to 10 days, no problem. Philippines, the company I hired messed mine up. It took 10 months. It should have taken 2 to 3. It should have cost less than $2,000. It cost me $4,000. So I have a permanent resident visa in Philippines, and for $10 a year, I can renew it online, and I'll probably do that. But I don't think I'm going to go back to the Philippines. I think I'm going to stay here in Siem Reap, and I haven't really traveled around here. I might take a trip there, direct flights to Malaysia. I was in Malaysia 24 years ago. I might go back and see what it looks like. I was in Kuala Lumpur. So I might do some of those things, but I'm pretty darn.
I made my playlists easier to find. On your phone or computer, click Vagabond Awake below any video. That will take you to my channel. Then click the playlist tab. Then look for the country you are interested in: Philippines, Mexico, Vietnam, Albania, whichever one, expat interviews, and country comparisons, or binge on all the videos. Once you click any playlist, you can select which videos from that playlist to watch, or watch them all.
I'm happy here right now and just enjoying eating well. I'm trying to gain some weight because of the cancer. I have to gain some weight. I'm fortunate. Pretty much from the cancer, it's almost like it never happened. I'm a lucky guy. But I'm 68, and I like the idea that I only have to spend about 1/3 of my Social Security to live and eat well.
How do you feel safety-wise?
In the Philippines, on a national highway between Dumaguete and Amlan, excuse me, which is 45 minutes away, I would see young girls out at 2 a.m. It's extraordinarily safe. In Cambodia, if you look hard enough, you can probably find trouble in any city. Here in Cambodia, I feel extraordinarily safe. I was in Pennsylvania before I moved here. It's safer here than there. And I was in a rural area, and I knew people. I had family there. It's safer here. Again, if you want to go hang out in a red light district, if you're looking for trouble, I'm sure you can find it.
How do you see the difference in dating in Philippines versus Cambodia? What are your thoughts about that?
For some reason that I cannot explain, an extraordinarily large percentage of Filipino men are like to make girls pregnant and abandon. And for that reason, you have a lot of desperate females. And probably for that reason, they want a Western man, because Western men are responsible and they want safety and security. And so they don't mind a 45-year age gap. So you could conceivably, if you're 65, you could get a 20-year-old with a baby if you want that. If they don't have a baby, there's a pretty good chance they'll want you to have one. They like children. They want children. And they do want children with blue eye and different colored hair, taller, light skin, pointy nose instead of a flat nose. And they know the score. They're becoming westernized. I would say most are not gold diggers. Most are not greedy. They know you're a Western man, and they know you have Social Security or a pension, and they know you're not going to leave them high and dry pregnant. Cambodia, I don't think you're going to see that. So I spent 14 months in the Philippines. I saw in 14 months 5 or 6 examples where you'd see an 85-year-old man with a 20-year-old 10. So I don't know what these guys are thinking. And so I guess if you want that kind of relationship, you can get it. It doesn't interest me. I am not interested in a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old. I'm 68. It just doesn't interest me. I actually find older women more beautiful. Even when I was young, I did. In Cambodia, the place where I go for breakfast, I had a $50 bill. Breakfast is $5. I had to get change. They don't have it in the restaurant with the buffet. I went to the front desk. I'm 68. You see that? I had another 2 or 3 days. White hair. I'm an old guy. I'm 68 years old. Girl behind the desk is 20, speaks good English, probably went to university. Maybe she's 22. She asks, "Are you here alone?" She's probably 22. I'm 68. I look like crap. I said, "No, I'm with someone. I need change." Just then another 22-year-old walks out. And I said to the first one, I said, "Well, you prefer a Cambodian man, right? I mean, you have a boyfriend or you're married." She said, "No, I'm single." She's single too. So if you want a young woman in Cambodia, I suspect you can get that as well. If that would make you happy, I don't think it matters if it's Philippines or Cambodia. I will never go back to the States. Because of the cancer and because of the chemo. When you take chemo, you get a lot of bad side effects. I had about 14 different bad side effects. 35-hour flight, probably $1,300, $1,500 one way. I've lived in America. I've been to every state in the US except Hawaii. If you're dating in America at my age, first of all, you're going to have trouble. If you're looking for true love or a soulmate or whatever, I'm sure there are some nice women in America still, but my wife who passed away, I met her on Match.com. It took me 3 years to find her, and it was a good marriage. I'm not going to go through that. A couple women, they divorced their husband because he would do anything they asked. That's on the first date. That's the answer I got. He would do anything I asked. I said, oh, you're looking for a bad boy. You want someone to be mean to you. So I didn't want to deal with any of that. And I wanted to travel a little bit. I'm not going back. My PhD is at financial economics. In broad general terms, Wall Street analysts underperform the market. You're better off throwing a dart at the board. And 𝗙 does better. So you can go on there for free. My name's Anthony Cataldo. You can just log on and follow my articles. I get paid a little bit of money for them. I probably make, $100 per article.
And you're selling covered calls, are you not, as a way to earn money?
Yeah. This is what old guys golfing in Florida do. That's how I learned about it 25 years ago. It's very safe. What you do is you select a stock that you would buy and hold and own anyway. It doesn't matter. You can buy and hold and own it. You sell someone an option to buy that stock at a strike price slightly above your cost. And you always want the shortest option expiration. So for example, today, let's say Tesla's selling at $15 a share. I buy 100 shares for $1,500. You can get cheaper. You can buy stocks. They're trading at $2 and $3 a share. But let's say I buy Tesla for $15 a share. Stock's flat. And I can sell an option to someone. I say this coming Friday, this is Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday here. So 3 days, and I'll probably make 2 or 3%. And if the stock goes above $15, that individual will exercise the option. If it goes below, they will not, or stays flat, they will not. 85% of options expire worthless. That's common knowledge. So you just do that over and over and over and over. And you pick the stock there. Go to the S&P 500. 300 stocks have options, call and put options. I don't do anything with the puts. Here's the difference. If you buy and hold a security, think of it this way. It's like buying and holding a piece of land, but you're not collecting rent. If you buy the same security that you like, but you sell a covered call every week, every Friday, that's what you want, frequency, then you're owning a piece of land, you're holding it, you can always buy it back if it starts to go up in price. But in the interim, you're going to get rent every single week from that piece of raw land. That's the way you want to think of it. So the land is a non-performing asset. The land rented out is a performing asset providing an income or a cash flow stream. I think it would be, now you can build your own diversified portfolio of these stocks, and it's not going to take you much time. So what you're going to do is you're going to log on 3:45 p.m. Friday, New York City time, Wall Street time, and you're going to look at where you're at, whether or not you got what's called a call out. Did someone exercise the option? And that means you don't own the stock. You decide, do I want to buy it back and do it again for next Friday? What you do is you spend about, depending on how many stocks you have, spend 15 minutes once a week. And I learned this from some guys who were golfing in their 70s, golfing in Florida, retired and very wealthy. And this is what I learned about it 25 years ago. And I just only started doing it about 5 years ago. You're going to have a tough time if it's a diversified portfolio, unless there's a stock market crash. Now, if there's a market crash, and we get one every 8 to 12 years, it's just going to happen. Then you just hold on and wait a year and it'll recover. You know, that's what we've learned about market crashes, right? You just keep, when the market crashes, you just buy and wait, depending on your age. If you only have a short fuse a couple of years, then you're in trouble. You should have pulled enough out before that. So you're going to have a tough time making less than 50% a year. You really are, if it's a diversified portfolio. If you have a large, now you can do this with as little as less than $1,000 in your retirement account. You could start with one and just try one cheap stock, try another one. So let's say Friday, I have some options. Let's say they expire Friday, 3:45 p.m. I log on. I see, oh, okay. Well, I bought the stock at $15 a share. It's at $14.95. The option was not exercised. I'm going to roll it forward. It's called a roll forward. I'm going to buy that option back for probably 2 cents a share. I sold it for maybe $3 a share 3 days earlier. Okay. I'm going to buy it back for 2 cents a share, and I'm going to sell it for next Friday for $2 or $3 a share, 100 shares, a couple $100. You just wash, rinse, repeat. It's actually quite boring. It's very routine. It's very methodical. If you don't want to build your own diversified portfolio and you have a lot of money, probably 60, 70,000, you can do it with the ticker symbol is SPY, S&P 500 fund. But once again, there's going to be a market crash every 8 to 12 years. It's going to happen. On average, just look at history. Look at all the market crashes. So be prepared for that. Make sure you have a couple years worth of cash that's liquid. You know, you don't want to have to sell a stock when it's down. But think about this. You do that every single week. After a few weeks, now I have seen occasions, it depends on the stock, when good news hits on a Monday, there's something called a three-day rule. If in Wall Street, it's good news hits, stocks going up for 2 to 3 days. Bad news hits, stocks going down 2 to 3 days. If you watch financial news, people talk about it all the time. The 3-day rule. Good news hits on Wednesday. Let's say Wednesday. Stock's going up, but I know it's going to peak around Friday when the option expires. I buy it on Wednesday, set a strike price above my cost. Because it's going up, I might not make 1 or 2% for the week. I might make 10% for 3 days because it's moving up. People are excited. They think it's going to go up forever, and they're willing to pay a higher premium for the option, but very little at risk initially.
Tell us again how people find your articles.
Just go to Seeking Alpha, Google Seeking Alpha, SEEKING, separate word alpha. Alpha is a Greek symbol for abnormally high returns. Seeking alpha, seeking abnormally high returns. And just enter Anthony Cataldo. And it's free. It's free. They want people, they want you to subscribe to certain newsletters, but it's free. So they offer it for free. You get to see everything for free.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the channel, Anthony. I look forward to meeting you in person someday. If you're thinking of living overseas and want to learn what you must do before leaving your home country, including banking, postal mail, keeping your home country phone number for friends and family? Come grab my free ebook at vagabondbuddha.com. Click this playlist right here to browse through the videos of expats all over the world as they tell their own personal stories.